Hi viewers, in this video we will discuss about the Norton's theorem of DC and AC circuits. Norton's theorem states that any linear circuit can be replaced by current source in parallel with a equivalent resistor. This is the Norton's theorem equivalent circuit. Here this current is parallel with this Norton equivalent resistance. The applications of Norton's theorem is analyzing power system and also to determine change in load current due to change in load resistance. The main application of this Norton's theorem is simplification of electrical circuit by introducing source transformation. I have published a video explaining the steps to solve the equations and complex calculations using scientific calculator. The link for the same has been given in the description. Let's see the first problem. Determine the Norton's equivalent circuit at terminals AB for the circuit shown. First, we have to find the R Norton. Because we know that Norton equivalent circuit, we need the Norton current and Norton resistance. For that, first we have to find the Norton resistance. Norton resistance is similar to Thevenin resistance. To find R Norton, first we have to short this voltage and then here also short this voltage. If the circuit is having current means we have to open the current source. Here it is having two voltage source, just we have to short the voltage source. Next our circuit will be this. Here these two resistors are connected in parallel because it is having two common points. One end is connected here and then another end is connected in this point. It is having two common points. We know that parallel means R1 R2 divided by R1 plus R2. 10 into 5 divided by 10 plus 5 which is equal to 3.33 ohm. Next we have to find the Norton current. To find the Norton current, the same circuit we have to short this terminal. This terminal because we have to find the equivalent Norton's equivalent circuit in these two terminal. For that just we have to short this AB terminal. So our circuit will be this one, short this and then in this terminal we have to find the current, that is I Norton. Here this is the two separate loop. Just we can use Ohm's law to find the I1 and I2 current. This is the voltage. Here we know that the current flows from this positive to negative. Then we can choose this direction. The current flows from positive to negative. By Ohm's law, I equal to V divided by R. The voltage value is 20 divided by R value is 10. 20 divided by 10 which is equal to 2 ampere. Next loop, second loop current. Here the current flows from this positive to negative. So the direction is this one. By Ohm's law, I2 which is equal to V by R. 10 divided by R value is 5 which is equal to 2 ampere. Next, we have to find the Norton current in this terminal. Here, in this terminal, the currents I1 and I2 are flowing. Both are same direction. This is downward direction. This is also downward direction. Both the directions are same. Just we can add these two current. We can write IN which is equal to I1 plus I2. We found the value of I1 and I2. Just put the value and then we got the answer 4 ampere. Norton current value is 4 ampere. Next we have to draw the Norton's equivalent circuit. We know that Norton equivalent circuit is Norton current parallel with the Norton resistance. Already we found both the values. Just we have to apply here. Here this is the Norton current. We found the value was 4 ampere and then here Norton resistance value is 3.33 ohm. Norton's equivalent circuit is current. Norton current is parallel with the Norton resistance. This is the answer. Next problem. Evaluate the current I flowing through the 1 ohm resistance by applying Norton's theorem. We have to find the current flowing through this 1 ohm resistor. Let us consider this 1 ohm resistor is the load resistance because we have to find the current flow through this 1 ohm resistor. For Norton's theorem, first we have to find the R Norton. We know that to find R Norton, just short this voltage. Here, short this voltage. Here, this is the current source. So, we have to remove this current source and also remove the load resistance. Here, this is the load resistance. Just remove this one. So, a circuit will be this. Here, in these two resistors are connected in parallel because it is having two common points. Two resistors are connected in parallel. Here, this is one common point, this is another common point. We know the relation, then we got the value Rn which is equal to 1 ohm. Next, we have to find the Norton current. To find the Norton current, just we have to short the load resistance. In this diagram, just we have to short the load resistance remaining same. Here we have to mark this as I Norton. In this place we have to calculate the Norton current. Here to calculate Norton current we can use the mesh method. But in this circuit just using KCL we can calculate the I Norton current. Because this is the current source. Here it is having voltage series with the resistance. We can easily convert this into current source. Here also it is having voltage series with the resistance. We can convert this voltage into current source because the voltage source is series with the resistance means we can easily convert this voltage into current using source transformation method. After that, our circuit, after source transformation, our circuit will be like this. Because here, I which is equal to by Ohm's law, I equal to V divided by R. Here, consider this value, I which is equal to V divided by R. I equal to V by R, the V value is 2 and then R value is 2. 2 divided by 2, the value is 1. The current value is 1. The positive sign is in upside. We have to put the arrow as upward direction. The current value is 1 ampere. If we convert this voltage into current means always this current is parallel with this resistance. Here this is 1 ampere, we found the value and then this resistance, series resistance is parallel with the current source. Next consider these two. Here we know that I equal to V divided by R. V value is 3, R value is 2. 3 by 2 is equal to 1.5 ampere. The plus sign is in the upside. We have to put the arrow upward direction. The resistance is parallel with the current source. Next this is IN, this is 1 ampere. Here consider this is one node or this is one node. All the nodes are same. We have to consider any one node. Consider this node. Here we have to apply Kirchhoff's current law. We know that Kirchhoff's current law is incoming current equal to outgoing current. Here this one is the incoming current. This 1.5 also the incoming current. And then this one is the incoming current. We can write 1 plus 1.5 plus 1 equal to, which is equal to, this is the outgoing current. We know that this is the outgoing current which is equal to IN. We can write IN equal to, incoming currents are 1 plus 1.5 plus 1 equal to, we got the answer 3.5 ampere. IN value we found 3.5 ampere. Next we have to draw the equivalent circuit. This is the equivalent circuit. We know that Norton current is parallel with the Norton resistance. Next, we know that our load resistance value is 1 ohm. Just we have to connect the load resistance parallel with this Norton resistance. Next, our main aim is to calculate the load current. IL we have to find. If you know the total current, we can use the current division rule to calculate this load current using current division rule. IL equal to total current. We know that current division rule is total current into opposite resistance divided by sum of the resistance. Using current division rule, we have to calculate the IL because in this circuit we know the total current. If you know the total current, we can use current division rule to calculate the load current. IL equal to total current is 3.5 ampere into opposite resistance. This is the RL resistance. Opposite resistance is RN. Rn value is 1 divided by sum of the resistance 1 plus 1, which is equal to load current value is 1.75 ampere. This is the answer. Next problem. Obtain Norton's equivalent for the circuit shown in the given figure across the terminal AB. Here in this terminal we have to find the Norton's equivalent circuit. For that, first we have to find the Norton resistance. We know that current means open this one, then voltage means short, and also remove the load resistance. So our circuit will be this one. Here these two are connected in series because it is having only one common point. Just we have to add these two resistors. 6 plus 4 equal to 10. Again we are having the 2 ohm resistor. Again these two resistors are connected in series because it is having one common point. It is connected in series. Series means we know that R equivalent, which is equal to 10 plus, just we have to add the resistance value R Norton. R equivalent, which is equal to R Norton equal to 10 plus 2 equal to the value is 12 ohm. We got the answer R Norton equal to 12 ohm. Next, we have to calculate I Norton current. For that, short the load resistance and then mark this as I Norton. To find this I Norton, we can use the mesh method. We know that in mesh method, we need the voltage source. Here this is voltage source, no problem. Here this is the current, dependent current, because it is not having parallel resistance. We can use super mesh method to calculate this I2 current. First we have to mark the loop. This is I1, this is I2. Next mark this as dependent current. Remove this one. Consider in loop 1 apply KVL. Consider this whole as loop 1 apply KVL. We know that this is resistance voltage drop. We can write -4 into I1. Here -6 into I2 because the current in the problem they given the current is I, but we choose the current flowing through this loop is I2. We can write I, which is equal to I2. For that we can write in this resistor -6 into I2. Voltage drop across this resistor, we can write -6 into I2. Again the loop current is coming in this 2 ohm resistor. We can write -2 into the current is I1. Next this arrow meets this minus. We can write +4 equal to 0. -4 I1 -6 I2 -2 I1 plus 4 equal to 0. Then simplify this equation. We got the first equation as -6 I1 -6 I2 equal to -4. Next, in this loop 2 and 1, we can write the equation I2 minus I1 equal to this second loop current is upward direction. The dependent current also upward direction. We can write 4 into, we know that I equal to I2. 4 into I2. Then solving these two equation, we got the answer I2 equal to -0.33 ampere. We have to take the value as IN equal to 0.33 ampere because this minus sign indicate the opposite direction. We choose this is the direction, but the minus sign indicate the direction of the current flow through this loop is this opposite direction. We can choose the value 0.33 ampere. Then we have to draw the equivalent circuit. We know that equivalent circuit Norton current is parallel with the Norton resistance. This is the load resistor. This is the answer. Next problem. Using Norton's theorem, find the current through 10 ohm resistor. This circuit represents based on this AC circuit because it is having J term, complex term. This is similar to DC. First, we have to find the Z Norton. The impedance is represented as Z Norton. To find Z Norton, short this voltage. Here also short this voltage and then remove the load resistance. Here consider this is the load resistance because we have to find the current through this 10 ohm resistor. We have to remove this one and apply Norton theorem. Norton resistance here. Here consider this resistance and inductance is Z1. Next this is Z2. This is Z3 and then this value is Z4. Here these two impedance are connected in parallel because it is having here one common point, here another one common point. It is having two common point. We know that two common point means parallel. Z1 Z2 divided by Z1 plus Z2. The answer is this one. And then here also these two are connected in parallel because it is having two common point. We know that Z3 parallel Z4 which is equal to Z3 into Z4 divided by Z3 plus Z4. The answer is this. After that, these two values are connected in series. Series means it is having only one common point. Just we have to add the value. We got the Z Norton value. Here this is Z Norton value. Next, we have to find the Norton current. We know that to find the Norton current, just we have to short the load resistance. We have to calculate the Norton current. Using mesh method, we can find this I2 current. Here, to calculate I2 current, use mesh method. For that, first mark the loop of the circuit in this clockwise direction. This is I1, this is I2, this is I3. It is having 3 loop. We have to create the 3 cross 3 matrix. First, we have to fill the diagonal elements. This is the A11 place. A11, consider first loop. Add all the resistor. 8 plus 6 plus J4. The value is 14 plus 4J. Next, A22 place. Consider the second loop. Add all the resistors. 6 plus 12. Value is 18. Then A33 place. A33, consider third loop. Add all the resistors. 4 plus 12 plus J6. The value is 16 plus 6J. Next, this place is A12. Between 1 and 2, the value is minus 6. This place is 1, 3. Between 1 and 3, there is no resistor. The value is 0. This place is A21. Between 2 and 1, the value is minus 6. This place is A23. Between 2 and 3, the value is minus 12. Here 3, 1. 3 and 1, there is no resistor. The value is 0. 3, 2. Value is minus 12. Why I am putting these values or minus means these two between this resistor, here one current is downward direction, one current is flowing upward direction. For that only I put here minus. In this matrix, the diagonal elements only positive, remaining elements are always negative. Next, the currents are, we know that I1, I2, I3. Next, we have to write the voltage. Here, the voltage is positive 2. Here, consider this is positive to negative, and then here, this one is positive, negative. Here, the current is flowing positive to negative. We can write the value as 100. Next, in this, there is no voltage. We can put 0. Here, the current is flowing through this arrow meets this arrow meets this positive means we can write the value as minus 40. Then remaining the same procedure. First, in this problem we have to calculate the I2 alone because we know that the current Norton current is flowing only through this second loop alone. To calculate I2, we have to calculate the delta. Delta means determinant of this R matrix. Next, we have to find the delta I2. Delta I2 means just we have to replace the second column by this voltage value. So our matrix will be like this. Delta I2 equal to, here we got the answer, this value. Then by using Cramer's rule, we know that I2 equal to delta I2 divided by delta. Just substitute the value and then we got the answer. This is the rectangular format. We have to convert this rectangular format into polar format. This is the polar format. Next, we have to draw the Norton's equivalent circuit. We know that this Norton current is parallel with the Norton impedance. And then this is the load impedance value. Our main aim is to calculate the load current. We know that if you know the total current, we have to calculate the load current means we can use the current division rule. IL equal to total current into opposite impedance. Opposite impedance is Z Norton divided by sum of the impedance Z Norton plus Z load impedance ZL, which is equal to, we know the values, just substitute the value here and then we got the answer. IL load current is this value. We have to convert this value into polar format. This is the answer, load current value. Next problem. In the circuit shown below, determine the Norton equivalent circuit with respect to the terminals P and Q. This is the circuit. First we have to find the Z Norton. Z Norton, open this current. Here remaining same. This is the circuit. Next, impedance. Impedance means one constant value and then complex value, imaginary value. We can write 25 plus J30 here and then 15 minus J50 ohm. Then redraw this circuit, we can get this circuit. Here these two impedance are connected in parallel because it is having two common points. Then we know the relation Z1 parallel Z2, which is equal to Z1 into Z2 divided by Z1 plus Z2. This is the Norton impedance value. Next we have to find the Norton current. Norton current, this circuit, here it is having the current. We can convert this current into voltage by using Ohm's law. We can write V equal to I into R. This is the I value, this is the R value. Then the arrow is in upward direction. We can put the positive in the upside. This is negative and then resistance is series with the voltage. Next J30 and then J15 ohm. Next, in this Norton current, we have to short this terminal P and Q. We have to short this one. If you short this P and Q terminal, the capacitance is parallel with this short line. So that the current flowing through this capacitor also 0. If the capacitance is parallel to the short line means the value is 0. So our circuit will be this one. This is IN. Here we have to find the Norton current. This is one loop. Easily we can find the Norton current using Ohm's law. I equal to V by R. This is V value. R value is 25 plus 15 plus J30. The value is 6.4 minus 4.8J. This is the rectangular value. This is the polar value. Next we have to draw the Norton's equivalent circuit. We know that Norton current is parallel with the Norton impedance. This is the answer. To get the notification for my next video, please subscribe and click on bell icon. Thank you.